When you're ready.
Your thoughts on this evening, Greg? Happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with the second half performance. They've had a rocket at half time, to be honest, Gary, because they didn't perform first half. You know, both teams made lots of changes. You know, we have a squad of 22 players here, and we've made 6 changes. They've also made a lot of changes from their game on Tuesday night, because obviously both teams have got an eye on Saturday's games, and that was clearly the case tonight. You know, but we've used our squad as much as we can tonight, and like I say, first half we went at the races, second half was a lot better.
Good solid performance, and we spoke briefly before the game that Quinny needed a goal. He got 2 and he looked really, after he'd scored that first, he looked a completely different player, didn't he?
It's confidence again, isn't it? It's first half he was a mile off it and he wasn't on his own. Second half he gets his penalty, and you can see as soon as he got that goal it was a different lad. You know, all of a sudden he's winning headers, he's getting hold of the ball, he's bringing players in, things that he wasn't doing first half, and got his second one and could have had a third one. You know, and that's like I said last Saturday. If he gets that goal early or something like, he's a different lad. He's a different player. But you know, it's like everything. If you're going through a bad spell, you've got to dig in and work harder. And that does, irrespective of whether you're a goalkeeper, a winger, or a centre midfielder or a striker, you've got to dig yourself out of that hole. And tonight, second half in particular, he did that very well.
Must be pleased with the lads at the back as well. They seemed really comfortable. I mean, Luke George and Chris Flynn looked as though they played together for an awful long time. And again, that must help. It shows the flexibility of Chris Fleet and Christian Smith have both played in completely different positions than played last Saturday against Marine. So it shows that flexibility that you've brought into the squad.
Well, Christian, we wanted to see Christian in midfield because his range of passes is very, very good. You know, I'm glad to see that he got his goal from a header, and he can do that. He's dangerous from set pieces as Christian. Flinny, obviously, that's one of the positions perhaps where we may be looking at him probably long term, because he's calm on the ball, he doesn't give it away, he's a good talker, and of course Luke George, it was an ideal game for Luke George to come back in after serving a long ban. So I was delighted with those players.
Move on to Buxton on Saturday. Obviously it'll be will be a different starting 11, no doubt. But at least some of the players have given you a bit food for thought tonight, the ones that have not been playing regularly. I thought John Sheldon on the left hand side just shows how much you've missed his dead ball delivery, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, see, I mean, he's great on the dead ball. He's very similar to Sean, but you can see that he's not ready yet. He's not got that burst of pace to get past somebody, but of course if he gets a chance to whip the ball, and you're going to get quality from John. There will be changes. There's got to be, because we've used this game probably like Rushall will have a little bit tonight to have a look at certain things, different formations. Formation probably will change again on Saturday, because we watched both myself and Doz watched Buxton Rushall on Tuesday, and it was a very hard win for Buxton. Got 2 very, very good strikers up front. There's no doubt about that, and I felt that on the night Buxton deserved to beat Rushall. Because I felt they were the team who were looking to go and win the game. So we have to be at our best on Saturday to compete against Buxton. But like I say, we are more than capable of going there and winning.
Well, at least after tonight, you've still got a potential cup final to look forward to.
Well, that's it. I mean, we played Stafford Town in the previous round with over 500 people there, and it's great for the town. We're expecting another good crowd now for Brockton. It's great. It can only be good for the town. And of course, we haven't. I can't ever remember Rangers playing Brockton in a competitive game.
No, never have done.
And maybe we played Stafford Town the other week in the last round, and to have nearly 500-600 people on there, it can only serve one purpose for the club. But of course, we've got some points to pick up yet between now and then, and we've just got. Sean Kinsella was left out tonight because of I wasn't quite sure whether he gets a knock on that head, whether it would reopen again. Levi really is struggling at the moment, and James Bolton's got a bout of tonsillitis.
Okay.
But the good thing is Kazuyama's be back in the squad on Saturday. We didn't want to play O'Connor. We're keeping him fresh for Saturday, as we did Dakers.
And Garner's fresh as well.
And of course, Adam Alcott come in, and did very well, saved his penalty well. So he's responded. He's shown me a response that I wanted to do after seeing what Garrett's been doing the last 2 or 3 games. So there's competition for places, Gary. And the only players who are going to be missing are obviously the 2 long-term ones, plus Levi and Jimmy. He serves his last game. So the numbers in this next week or so are going to swell again. So we're happy to have this big squad that we've got. It's been used wisely tonight, I feel, and some people have done themselves justice, and some people maybe haven't. So we'll just see on Saturday now.
Cheers, Greg.
Walsh, all right, is he?
Liam Walsh,
Has he got
I think if he'd had to carry on, he would have. But we're in a situation.
What's his problem? What was the problem?
He just had a bit of a knock. He should be okay.
Okay.
Liam gives us that experience.
Yeah. I thought that's why you brought him off.
We had to switch it a little bit because he was up against Obeng on in the first half, and we said we didn't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Luke George could match Obeng with his pace. There's no doubt about that. And it was nice that he didn't get in once tonight because he was their threat really tonight.
Yeah.
I thought we dealt with him quite well. I know he scored at the end, but I thought we dealt with him quite well tonight.
Lovely.
Cheers, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.